this is called profit first, but I know it's profit first, but I call it the challenge to increase your cash flow and increase your time, because that's what it's all about. So, tell me about profit first from your experience and from your concept, and why you thought it was such a good thing for businesses.
Okay, so I want to tell you that I read this book, Profit First, by Mike Michalowicz, about 3 years ago, and it completely changed my business. I'm a bookkeeper, so I had some of my clients start doing it also, and our profits literally increased like 700% to like 1,071%. It was insane, just like in 1 year. If anyone follows Dave Ramsey, it's like the Dave Ramsey cash envelope system for businesses. That's the way we take it. And business owners, like the old way of thinking, income minus expenses equal profit, doesn't work for 98% of us, because we spend everything we make and there's no profit left over. And then if you have an actual really good year, then you owe taxes. And one of my favorite examples to take is, I had a client who started this program with me. I'm like, hey, I want to do this for you. I'm starting it myself. And he ended up owing like $14,000 worth of taxes that year because he had a really, really great year. We put him on the Profit First program. We had him making profit, saving for taxes, because, when you do have that good year, you do have to pay taxes. Having an owner's draw, getting paid. So many owners work way too hard and they pay themselves last, so they don't get anything. And you know what? Your family deserves to have food on the table just like everyone else. And then the expenses come last. And we work with clients to cut all their expenses, those subscriptions they don't need, negotiate with vendors and stuff. But my favorite client, he ended up owing $14,000 worth of taxes that year. Not only did we start him on saving for taxes and making those quarterly taxes, we paid off that $14,000. Plus, he was current on all of his quarterly tax payments that year. And then he ended up getting less than $1,000 refund at the end of the year. So, and his profit went through the roof. He got quarterly, whatever that is in your profit account each quarter, we give you half of it to go do whatever you want to, have a family vacation, to pay off your debt. And it just keeps on growing throughout the quarters. He started off with maybe I think it was a $3,000 profit. And within a year, his profits, half of it that he was taking home was like $14,000. And this was a few years ago when we were on it. So it just completely.
So cash flow was just flowing that way.
It sure was.
So what you're basically saying is that this tough time that we've all been through, if someone had been with you doing this cash flow challenge, this profit first cash flow challenge, they'd been okay through this whole time.
Yeah, they wouldn't have needed to get the PPP or the SBA loans, because that profit first account that they've been building up for, however long we've been doing this, they've been able to use that as their emergency savings account. So if they had to close or lay off employees or mandatory close, they still had that account sitting there that they could dip into to pay their rent, to pay themselves, to pay their employees if they needed to. And they didn't need to get a bailout from the government.